Okay, well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for today's installment of Wellness Wednesday. We have Garrett Ross with us from the YMCA to talk to us about what the Y is doing in this time of uncertainty and to meet the needs of our community, as well as what the Y is doing outside of the walls and inside of the walls. So talking about both the physical needs and also feeding those who are hungry or in need of meals. So with that, Garrett, I'm going to turn it over to you, and we're excited to hear from you today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Holly. So yeah, just to share a little bit about what's going on right now. Obviously, as everybody's well aware, the YMCA has been shut down by order of the governor, along with all of the fitness facilities across the state as well too. And so what does that mean to YMCAs as a whole? That means that there are 54 facilities throughout the state of Iowa that have been shut down, that are YMCA facilities that have been shut down by the governor at this point as well too. And at this point, we are on that extended leave until April 30th. So it is a challenge just in several ways. Obviously, our focus is on membership and getting people well and focused on wellness, both physical, spiritual, and mental well-being as well too. So it's been a little bit of a challenge at the YMCA in terms of keeping people well as well too. We gotta get out of the box a little bit in terms of how we do that. But it doesn't mean that we can't do it, and it doesn't mean that any physical well-being is any less important right now as well. Everybody being cooped up inside. Obviously, I know there's a lot of people that are going stir crazy, whether you're on quarantine, self-quarantine, or anything in that realm. You're trying to figure out, how can I make sure that I'm staying active and well during this period of time? So there's a couple of ways that you can do that. The first thing that I always like to point out is wellness doesn't necessarily mean a treadmill. It doesn't necessarily mean, free weights down in our weight center. There's a lot of things that you can do at home. And once again, as we're talking about social distancing in this time and staying safe and staying home, especially in the springtime, there's a lot that you can do outside physically to stay active and healthy as well. And whether that's just simply, going for a jog. Once again, maintaining your distance is important, and watching contact surfaces while you're out, but going for a jog around the block is still absolutely okay. Or if you live in the county or anything like that, you're not within city limits, or you got some more physical space, absolutely take a walk. Those are really simple things to do, but even gardening. Getting out in a garden, tilling up that ground, getting ready for springtime. And maybe there are so many people out there that have been saying, well, I've wanted to plant a garden for so long, and I just don't seem to have the time. Well, guess what, everybody? You've got the time now. So it's time to put up or shut up, and let's do something about it, Think about that laundry list of to-dos. What would you be doing? What have you always said that you wanted to do if you had the time? Now you got the time. Make it happen. So that's the first thing that I like to point out to people is, what, like I said, fitness isn't a treadmill. It doesn't have to happen inside of this little tiny box. Physical wellness can also happen while you're outside, and we're getting really close to mowing lawns if you haven't already. Stick pickup throughout the yard, simple things like that. So make sure that you're thinking about those things cognitively as well too. But then moving on from that, if you are one of those people that are just absolutely dedicated to our wellness classes, then we've got something for you as well too. Don't worry. And right now, posted on the YMCA's website, we actually have free Les Mills on-demand classes available. And that's not just open to YMCA members right now, that's open to our community. So we work with Les Mills, and they're now providing free for people to utilize Les Mills on-demand classes, and that's from any of their classes that they have available as well too. So at the YMCA, a lot of people would be used to Body Pump, Body Flow, they would be used to Body Combat, a lot of those different ones that we usually have. CX Works, which is a core training class. We also have those, but we also have an expanded options as well. So you've got Shabam, which is kind of like a Zumba, but it's a dance fitness for Les Mills, with a Les Mills focus. And so they've got, I want to say there's over a dozen different class types that you could check out and see what works for you. There's so many great options on there. and I've been really impressed on what they have available as well too. So, and you might find something really that you thought to yourself, nah, I don't know if I'm going to try this, but really get in there, try it, give it a shot. This is a great time while you're home. And I'm speaking to all you parents out there, because that's another big challenge for a lot of people. And I'm one of them as well too. I got 4 kids at home, and even with this meal program that's going on, we have a lot happening there, but everybody, all of the rest of my family is quarantined at home and just staying here. So yeah, they get a little bit crazy sometimes. So we try to work the kids into any of those programs that we can. They're not going to follow the rules, like we're going to try to. They're not going to do the moves the same, but you're still going to have a great time. It's going to be physically engaging. And one of the best things that you can do for kids right now, especially younger kids, is help them burn some of that energy. And that's not only going to be good for them, it's going to be really good for you as well. So Les Mills is a great option. Like I said, that's one of the programs that we use at the Ottumwa YMCA. A lot of other YMCAs use a program called MOSA, and that's probably a little bit more widespread across YMCAs throughout the United States. It's just kind of a flavor thing. You can also get on MOSA's website. MOSA is also offering free on-demand fitness classes as well too. So there's a lot available there that you can jump on. MOSA has pretty much an equivalent, probably another dozen different types of classes that you can check out as well. And if you like their stylings a little bit better, knock yourself out, because once again, it's your flavor at this point. You're home, it's available to you, so utilize it. So, and obviously there's a lot of other different opportunities out there as well as these 2 that I've offered. Obviously YouTube has so many available at this point. I've heard some of my family talking about DPP. I'm not sure if we've got any big wrestling fans in the house or anything like that, but DPP stands for Diamond Dallas Page, or excuse me, it should be DDP, excuse me, because it's Diamond Dallas Page. He's an old school wrestler from many years ago. I remember from when I was a kid. He was awesome, but actually he's doing yoga classes, and he's doing them online, and they're free, and you can check them out, and they're really great. I mean, it doesn't cardiovascularly kick your butt, but it really helps with that long, lean strengthening of muscles that yoga is really known for as well. So once again, it's all about flavor. Not everybody's a chocolate cake fan. Not everybody's a yellow cake fan. So you got to find, and of course, I'm using cake as the reference here. Sorry about that, guys. But in that breath, you've got to find the flavor that fits for you, because realistically, if you don't like it, if it doesn't speak to you, if it doesn't engage you, you're not going to do it. So it's really important that you find something that fits your schedule, your time frame, and more importantly, your family as well. Try to do these things together as much as you can, because I know that there's a lot of challenges for parents right now. It's really difficult when you've got everybody cooped up together. Mental wellness is a big challenge right now as well too, to make sure that everybody's feeling well mentally. So it's really important that you take that time to decompress, to engage, to give them something that you guys can do together as a family. So think about those important factors in there. It really is important that you think about that mental wellness component as well too. So like I said, so that's some of the many options that are out there as well. Like I said, they're all online resources. They're absolutely free of charge. As I've said, the Les Mills on-demand link is on the YMCA's website. So you just jump on AttumwaYMCA.com and you can activate that. And once again, that's not just for members right now. That's for the entire community. So anybody that wants to participate in that, check it out. And you can see the exact same classes that we've been offering at the YMCA for years now. You can check them out on demand, taught by actual Les Mills instructors as well. So, I mean, you're not going to see, Pete and Amy Thompson teaching body flow in the morning right now, but you're still going to get some good people in there. They're incredible instructors. They know what they're doing. They're going to show you modifications, and they're going to give you what you need to make sure that you're successful in this as well too. So it's a really, really easy way to stay active and healthy in this time. And thinking about little things as well, like body pump. One of the things that we use for body pump is we do use weights. So often people are like, well, I don't have any hand weights at home. What am I going to do? And simple. Grab yourself a couple of cans of soup, or some canned vegetables. Those are great ways, and simple, compact ways for weight as well too. So if you're just looking for some simple arm curls, utilize some cans. They're great options for you as well too. And obviously, different cans are going to have different weights, but pick the can that's going to work for you. So that way you can still make sure that you're staying active and healthy in this time as well. So that's really what I've got in terms of wellness as it applies to what the YMCA is offering right now. Obviously, our physical facilities are still closed, and they're going to be closed for the foreseeable future at this point. We are still answering phones at the Y as well, so if you got some questions about anything like that, we still are, health and wellness professionals. So if you've got questions about trying to do something, feel free to give us a holler. We're happy to answer questions for the community as we move through this unprecedented time of change as well. So, and we're sure once the YMCA does open back up, it will probably look different in how we have to operate. So we're starting to make some of those plans and have those conversations now of what that will look like when we're able to open back up. We want to make sure that as soon as we do and we're able to open back up, that we can offer a safe and healthy environment for all of our members and community. It's really important to us that we focus on that prior to opening those doors. So we're cognizant of that, and we're going to be ready for that as well too. So does anybody, as far as that goes, that's the wellness component. Do we want to do any Q&A now, or we can talk more about the other programs that the YMCA is doing right now in this crazy predicament?
Yeah. So Garrett, if you could talk to us about the food program, what the Y is doing and who they're partnering with and all those types of things. And then after that, we'll close it out with some questions. That sound good?
That sounds great. Absolutely. So, jumping off of that, there's two things that the YMCA are doing right now to still stay active in the community in this time of social distancing. And the first one, obviously, is the Emergency Youth Food Program. So it's really important. As soon as school got canceled, the YMCA every summer, we do a summer food service program. And so we go out to the community and we provide free meals to kids in the community. Now, so the very first thing that we thought about when school got canceled was in the Ottumwa Community School District, there's going to be over 4,000 kids, K through 12, that are going to essentially all of a sudden be food insecure. These kids and these families who have depended upon school breakfast and lunch to take care of their kids for the school year now have just been thrown into a big question mark. What am I supposed to do to feed my kids now? And not only that, they might have even lost their jobs. So it's become a really big concern. And so what we did is we just kind of worked together with several other community organizations. And there's so many, just to list a few. Ottumwa Regional Legacy Foundation, Ottumwa Community Schools, 1015 Transit, United Way of Wapello County, Cardinal Schools, and I know there's some other ones in there that I'm missing as well too, but there's been so many partners and people that have jumped in between JBS, who has made some pork donations to the program. Iowa Pork Producers also is going to be making one soon. Domino's of Ottumwa. So many different community organizations are working together to help make sure that we can get these out. And we're so appreciative of the so many volunteers. We've had probably weekly, we're putting out about 1,000 volunteer hours in this program every week. So it's a lot of people, it's a lot of coordination, but the support has been incredible and overwhelming. So any kids ages 2 to 18 years of age can get a free meal at any of our 13 locations around Ottumwa, and it can be drive-through, it can be walk-up, or anything in between there as well. We have some kids ride their bikes to locations as well too. We really push at our Bridgeview location that's our drive-through. So if you've got the kids in the car, you can load them up and you just pull around the front side of Bridgeview. You let us know how many meals you need. We'll bring them out to you. And that's it. There's no questions. We don't need to know the kids' ages. We don't need to know their names. We don't need any of your information. It's just that simple. And not only that, in each bag, we're also including what we call the Y Street Journal. And it's just a fun little activity sheet for the kids. And it's a front and a back, and it's got things like an emotional check-in. How are the kids feeling? Are they scared? Are they worried? Are they excited? All of these things. And then it's got a workout of the day. So it's got some simple kind of fun exercise that the kids can do. And a lot of times parents can do it with them. And then it's got some educational activities as well. So, I mean, it's really fun. And if they complete all of that sheet and they turn it in the next day, they get a surprise egg. And so we have literally stuffed thousands of surprise eggs at this point as well, too. So every time they turn in a Y Street Journal, then they get a surprise egg. And it might have candy in it. It could have some kind of small toy. It could have something else, we're never quite sure what we're going to be putting in these eggs, but we have literally thousands of these eggs stuffed that we have been handing out to these kids that have just been a blast for them. Just a little bright spot in their day with all of this uncertainty as well. So, and a lot of people also think with this program that this is just for poor and disadvantaged people. You know what I mean? This is for people that have a low income. That's not what it's about. This program is really for everybody. There's no income guidelines. That's not what it's about. It's like I said, we're having pizza today. So it's really about making sure that in these times right now, mental wellness is a big challenge, as we said before. And so there's a lot of parents that are like, oh my gosh, the kind of work that goes into making a meal for my kids and family every single day now at lunchtime, and then the dishes that come along with that, and then I've got to fight them while that's going on. And it's easy. You can just pull through. You say, hey, I need 3 lunches, and you're going to get a lunch and a dinner for each kid as well, too. We're going to hand you the bag. It's going to be good, nutritious food. And then you don't have to do dishes at the end of it. So, and it's not like you have to utilize it every day. So if you're like, you know what, it's going to be easier on me if I go over Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'll cook something on Tuesday and Thursday, but I'll go over every other day. So that way I don't have to think about lunch or dinner. The kids are taken care of. And it's not going to be a fend night and everybody's left to fend for themselves. So we just want to make sure that we're helping support all of these families. So once again, it's not just for poor disadvantaged people, it's for everybody. So drive through, check it out. Even if it's just one time, you'll get your Y Street Journals, let your kids do them. And like I said, if you let us know it's your first time, you might even get a surprise egg just driving through that day as well, too. So it's a lot of great fun, and we just want to make sure that we've got these kids engaged and these families taken care of in this uncertain time as well. And we've had a lot of people ask us questions like, okay, why don't we do meal kits for the entire week? Well, it's still really important to us as well that we lay eyes on these kids every single day. There are a lot of kids and a lot of families that have poor home lives. And so it's really important that we make sure that these kids are seen every day, that we get a visually check on them every single day just to make sure everything's going well at home. We even have a segment in the Y Street Journal that says, hey, and it says, parents, are there any other needs that you have at this time that we could help fulfill for you? And we've had everything from toilet paper requests to additional physical activities for the kids to do, and everything in between. But like I said, I mean, if there are needs that families have at this point, we can either work to help connect them to other services or programming to make sure that their needs are met, or we might be able to get it to them ourselves as well too. We've already delivered quite a bit of toilet paper at this point as well too. So we might not be able to meet every need, but it's important that we know what their needs are so we can help take care of those as well. So that's the emergency food program, youth food program as it is. There's so many people together that are making that happen. And like I said, I know that there are people that I've missed, but definitely watch the Wise Facebook page, and we're putting shout outs to all those people all the time as well. And then the second thing that the Y is doing is caring connections is what we're calling it. So obviously there are a lot of YMCA members and a lot of YMCA staff that are in the active older adult group. I will be very respectful of all of our older participants. And in that active older adult group, they're kind of a high-risk category of volunteering for programs like our food program. And so they want to help in some way. And so it was important to us to find a way for them to be able to help as well. So seniors right now are once again kind of an unintended victim of this entire process because they have now been isolated, rightly so, to keep them safe. But then we start to see major concerns of things like depression and needs not being met, whether it's health and wellness or medications or anything like that. So we are actually going through our entire list of every senior that we have at the YMCA, and we're taking people as necessary as well too. So if you contact the YMCA and you want to put somebody on our Caring Connections list, just call on down to the YMCA. The phones are still manned from 9 to 3 o'clock every Monday through Friday. And Sherry Penston will probably be the person that answers the phone. And if you would like to put somebody on that Caring Connections list, then just give her the name of the person, their address, and their phone number, and we'll be able to give them a phone call. And so we've got a team of about a dozen people that are calling all of the senior people from the YMCA. So if they're a member at the YMCA, or even if we've just got their name from our records as well, and they meet the category, I believe we went with 64 and over. I could be crazy. It might be younger than that, but it's right in that category. And we're calling some folks that are younger as well too. But we just want to give them a phone call to check in, see how they're doing, if they have any needs, and just talk with them. You know, seniors are chronically isolated to begin with. And so at this time, and social distancing, that's just elevated even more. So we just want to give them a phone call. And I don't know if we've had a conversation yet that's been less than 15 minutes, you know? I mean, these seniors are just loving to connect with somebody and just have that meaningful conversation on a daily basis. So we're trying to make sure that we connect with these people weekly. Our list continues to grow constantly. I think we have somewhere around 500 to 600 seniors that are on our list right now that we are phone calling on a regular basis just to check in with them and see how they're doing. We've even had some seniors so happy with the program, they've even taken on a list of, 10 to 12 themselves that they're calling on a regular basis just to stay connected and have those conversations as well too. So hopefully we can see some wonderful connections being built out of this program. But that's another great program that we're working with. Like I said, we just want to focus on that mental well-being for so many of our seniors in this time of social isolation as well. So those are the two big things. And there's many other things. The YMCA is still offering childcare, working diligently to create a safe atmosphere for those families as well too, as best as we possibly can. In these challenging times as well. So those are some of the major things that the YMCA is doing right now to help combat all of these things that are coming up with the COVID-19 crisis as well. So with that, that's kind of an overview. Anybody got any questions?
Thank you so much for sharing your passion for taking care of the community and all the different ways you are supporting Ottumwa and Wapello County through the YMCA. So with that, I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going to stop recording, and then we'll open up to questions. So thank you so much, Garrett.
Thank you guys so much.